Where am I? You've been kidnapped, bub. Wait, isn't that Rafael Nadal, that famous tennis player? And that's Bill Nye, the Russian spy. What do you guys want from me? Listen up, bub. We have a list of demands. If you don't follow through with them, then we will game end you in Minecraft. Not Minecraft! Okay, fine, I'll do it. Who invented your sport? When was it invented? Rafael Nadal told me to do tennis, so I guess I'll just do that. The history of tennis starts in the 12th century in France. It was a handball game called palm, in which people basically use their hands to hit the ball. Get it? Palm, hand? Listen, bub, you can't be making stupid puns like that. Okay, I'm sorry. Later, instead of hands, people started using gloves. And finally after that, people started using tennis rackets. This is how tennis was born. The design and rules of tennis have been tweaked for modification, with one notable design being that the bouncy tennis balls they are now was once wooden. Some notable times for tennis are in 1877, when they had their first World Championship, and in 1896 when tennis became an Olympic game. Here's a simplified version of the rules. You have to serve the ball into the other side of the court and rally until one side misses the ball. Then that side will get a score. The scoring is 0, 15, 30, and 40. After that, if you win, that's a point for you. Okay, number 2. How do the objects in your sport move? Well, there is a focal point in this game. What is a focal point? Well, a focal point is a thing that is important. In this game, it is a tennis ball. The tennis ball can move in any direction, straight, left, right. There are also shots called lobs, where you purposely hit the ball really high. There are also drop shots, where you get close to the net and hit it to the ground. You can even make slices, where you hit the ball so that it curves. It misleads the opponent on where they think the ball will be. Make an experiment to find the speed of the focal point. Jesus, what is this? Just do it, bub. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, we should have a dependent variable, an independent variable, and a controlled variable. The dependent variable is a thing that we're getting data on. The independent variable is a thing that will affect the dependent variable. The controlled variable is a thing that will stay the same. One more thing we will need is a speed formula, which is distance over time. Alright, let's use Mario over here for the experiment. Let's say that Mario stands at the same spot, the court is same, there's a huge ruler from Mario to the other side of the court. The millisecond he hits the ball, a timer starts, and the millisecond that ball hits the ground, the timer stops. These can be our constants. Let's have the independent variable be how powerful Mario hits the ball. This will affect our dependent variable, which is the speed of the ball, and how far the ball travels, and how slow or fast it travels. With this information, you can find the speed of the ball. Just take the distance over time, and there you go. Okay, now we have work. Describe 2 ways in which work is done in your sport. What is work? Anytime you exert a force on an object, and that object moves the same way you exert that force, that is work. And an example is when you push a desk and it moves. Well, you pushed it in a direction, and that desk moved in that same direction. That is work. So what are some examples of work in tennis? Well, when a tennis ball hits the net is getting pushed the same way the tennis ball is hitting the net. So that is work. When you push down on the ball with your racket, that is work. You're moving down with your racket, and as you hit the ball is also moving down. Describe all 3 of Newton's laws in tennis. Well, Newton's first law states that an object at rest stays at rest, and vice versa, and it will continue to do so until a force acts upon it. Well, when you hit the ball should continue to fly forever, but gravity acts upon it, bringing it down. Newton's second law says that force is equal to mass times acceleration. Well, take the weight of the tennis player, multiply it by the speed at which the player swings the racket, and there's your force. Newton's third law says that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Well, when the tennis player strikes a ball, the force of the ball striking the racket and the racket striking the ball both act upon each other. Give 2 ways on how friction acts in tennis. Rolling friction affects tennis when the tennis ball rolls on the ground. Sliding friction affects tennis when the tennis ball hits the tennis racket and slides during the topspin. Sources with MLA citations, of course. Okay, here you go. They'll be in the description as well. Okay, I did it. Can I go now? No. Why? Well, you see, this was me and Bill Nye's science project, and we didn't know how to do it, so that's why we kidnapped you, bub, to make you do it. But now that I think about it, I could just make you do all my assignments. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. No!